So after I buy a bike, I normally let it sit for a little while and have a look around it, find out what I need to get, what I need to order, if there's any bits which are dangerous. And I want to register this on the road in the UK. So there's lots of things which have to work on it, and there's lots of things wrong with this. So it needs an MOT before I can register it. So when I've started looking at it, there's more than I thought. I'm still very happy with the bike, but there's a lot of things that need to be done. So let's start at the front end. So for an MOT, you're not allowed to have any sharp bits. This is quite sharp. And as you can see, it's got a new bezel where the headlight was. Now, this is the old one. It's fiberglass. It's really tough, and this one is a plastic one. When I went to take the headlight out, it looked a bit suspicious, and I found that somebody's just jammed in this random headlight that's not even monkey bike. I don't even know where they got it. But I've now got to buy a complete new housing and headlight on this. Then where do we go? Well, the handle grips, you might think they're quite easy to get. They're not. They're probably about 20-30 quid each. As you can see, these have been eaten by a rat or something. This was naked, but you can't have that for an MOT, so I've put a bicycle bung in the end, because that is definitely an MOT failure. If you have a look at the front brake lever, the knob on the end has disappeared. Well, that's an MOT failure. And this is not actually the right lever. If I put my hand on it, you know, it's not quite right. The light switch, well, don't know what's happened to that. Probably a spring in the middle of it, who knows. It's got a seat. Well, I thought it's a seat. It's actually a seat cover, and it's got the Honda written on the back of it, which is unusual. But when you lift it up, there's it's just not been put on right. There we go. So at some time, the petrol tank has been leveled out and dented. I've actually put a bit of a new battery in there at the moment, just to check if the electrics work. They're disconnected. The bolt's missing from the chain guard. That's another MOT failure. The tyres are absolutely cracked. They look great, but they've had it. They just won't pass an MOT. And these have to be for road use in the UK. So I'm trying to source some new ones at 14 inch. The brake light switch, jam solid. That doesn't work. And I doubt if you've noticed this until I point it out, but at some stage, somebody has had every single screw of the engine out. Now it looks to me like they've used a normal PS2 screwdriver and not a Japanese industrial standard screwdriver. And that means you just chew off the heads. And if you ever want to know what sort of screws you're dealing with, you'll notice, you can't really see it very well here, but they indent the top of the screw with a sort of dent thing. And honestly, do not even attempt to take a bike apart unless you've bought some screwdrivers off of eBay or some quality ones that are Japanese industrial standards, because they will just chew up everything. I haven't got the key to these locks, and that includes the helmet locks. If you look, it's obviously been in an accident. Look, you can see it's been dented. By the way, only 5,351 miles. The stop on this has been knocked off somehow. Luckily, the frame is not cracked or dented, and you can just see that that is now the new stop. So I'll have to have a look at that, possibly take it off, grind it off, and put something on that looks a little bit better. What else can I say? Well, I'm probably going to spend a bit of money replacing these screws. The front brake doesn't work, by the way. But it's going to cost more than I thought to get it on the road. But nevertheless, it's still a very nice bike, and I'm really pleased with it.